Hello, everyone. This is Kenny Goes to Africa and Beyond. Habari, how's everyone doing? I hope you all are doing well. So am I. My experience with my first trip there to the continent. When I first started off and I was looking online for my tickets, what was the cheapest ticket I could find. I looked and I looked, and I did come across some, reasonable tickets where I was able to, as I continued to search, one day I would search, the price would be like $700 or $800, maybe even less than that. But when I search again to make sure that price is steady, that price is going up. No matter if you're searching different, agencies or airlines, the airline prices are going to stay. It's just when you're searching on the internet and you're going through different agencies, their prices are going up. You're going to see their prices going up, going up. I thought I was getting my ticket from Kenyan Airlines. I was going to Kenya, and that was my intent, to travel through Kenya. So Kenya Airways, because it would leave New York and go directly into Kenya, there would be no stops. And that is what I was hoping for, because I didn't want to get, delayed in any other country that I didn't know nothing about. I'm already going somewhere I don't know nothing about. So I didn't want to make things difficult for myself, or whatever site I was on led me to believe I was purchasing my ticket from Kenya Airways. But it showed up that once I put in all the information that I'm ready to buy the ticket, it came up travel to B. Okay, it's an agency. That came up. I'm like, what the heck? So I'm already caught up in it. So I went along with it, and which I should have backed out of it and went directly to Kenya Airways. Got my ticket. The problem I incurred, I received a ticket and everything, but then COVID struck, and it caused me to lose my ticket because the airline canceled, and so I lost my ticket. I couldn't travel to Kenya at the date, that I had reserved. So I was expecting my refund from Kenya. And I contacted Kenya, and Kenya would know, your agency purchased this ticket. You got to go through the agency, whoever you bought the ticket through. So I contacted the agency, not knowing that I had to cancel through them, since I have already canceled through Kenya. I thought it would be that the money would be automatically deposited back into my account, which it wasn't. I had to go through a whole lot of this and a whole lot of that. In between that time, I'm forgetting about it. When I do think about it, I'm calling Kenya. Oh, well, we have to have this application number from the agency and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm contacting them, and they saying I got to get it from Kenya. So finally, I just every day, just about all day, I'm on them. Hey, I want my money. So eventually, I called Kenya and finally a guy picked up, and he spoke very good English. He talked to me, and I told him the situation. He started the email process, and I said, well, are they going to get right back to you? And he said, yes, Mom, they will get right back to me. And I said, okay. So he told me when to call back. I didn't call back because for some reason I trusted he knew what he was doing. And so within a matter of days, I got an email from Travel to Be. They had explained to me the problem was um, uh, my ticket had expired, and that's why they weren't able to, reissue my refund. I said, okay, well, you should have known that. I had to give them the information about my bank. They needed um, this information, that information, to um, put the money back into my account. Boy, was I happy. So I fought for it. I got it. If you find out if it's not an agency within the United States, go somewhere else. Go directly to the airlines and purchase your ticket, even if it's more expensive, because you won't have to deal with what I dealt with. That's Travel to Be, okay, and that's dealing with agencies. Your first trip, don't deal with an agency unless it's an agency that you are familiar with and that you trust, and that's here in the United States. Now, to move on, can you close its borders? I had already reserved a Airbnb. When my ticket was canceled, I notified the guy um, who I reserved my Airbnb through. He said it was fine, that I wanted to, hold on to that reservation until Kenya opens its borders, and then I can then come there. So we agreed on that. Okay. When Kenya opened its airlines, I got a ticket, and before then, I had talked to the guy that was, I have an Airbnb through, and he was supposed to be holding it for me. He emails me back and said, "Oh no, you can't come. Um, there's something that's going on with the government that's beyond my control." Um, and so I couldn't go. I asked for my money back, and he refused to give me my money back. Refused to give me my money back. I also talked to the Airbnb. Um, they said that I had to talk to him to get my money back, and which I was. So they had me going back and forth between the two of them. So finally, I read Airbnb's final policy, which says that they're not supposed to pay out until after I check in. I never checked in. So why are you paying this man? That led into a fight between me and Airbnb. I threatened to sue. You gonna give me my money? They say, well, do what you gotta do. And so I continued to further investigate their policies. Um, and what did I find out about their policies? I found out that, okay, um, he should have canceled. When I contacted him and told him I'm coming and he couldn't accommodate me, he should have canceled. He didn't. He's still refusing to give me my money. Okay, gonna be like that. So I go to Airbnb again. Well, they say, well, they siding with him. Well, he won't give up the money. I'm like, what kind of policies do you have that you allow these hosts to take people's money when they did not uh, provide the services that I paid for? Well, that's policy, blah blah blah. I said, well, you need to change your policy, because you're gonna pay me my money. I want my money. So eventually I kept on them. I wouldn't let it slide, because they was wrong to pay my money and I received nothing. So I kept on them. Eventually one of the guys that got on the phone with me said, okay, we're going to go on and consider this a loss, after I pushed the fact that, hey, he did not cancel when he should have. But they said, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to accept it as a loss. I said, you should, but we can't pay you all your money. I said, you know what? I ain't gonna continue to fight to you over you about this. It was only like over between $100 and $200 for I think 7 days. Okay, oh, no, 14 days. I said okay. I say half. This they told me what they willing to pay me. I said okay, half is better than nothing, you know. So they paid me half. Okay, I was finally happy for that to end, and I could put closure to that and move on. I got my money, you know, half anyway, and that's better than nothing. So when I was in Arusha, I booked a flight going. That's when I booked the flight to go to Kenya. It was having trouble loading, the ticket that it was, finalized and paid for. So something in my mind was telling me, go on and cancel it, stop it, right now, stop it. But I didn't. So I said, no, I got to get up out of here. I got to get up out of here. So, gonna find out, I get to the airport in Tanzania to go to Kenya. The flight is already booked and everything. I get there, I don't see my flight, on the board, and I'm just walking around waiting. The time getting closer and closer. Ain't nothing happening. So finally, the one guy that worked in the airport, he stopped me and he said, "Madam, Mama," or something. He called me. He said, "You need some help." Is uh, I guess he noticed me kept walking, and he asked me what was the problem, and I told him. And he said, no. He said, there's no flight for Kenya. Kenya and Tanzania are fighting. They're not, he didn't say fighting, but there's no flights going into Kenya and no flights from Kenya coming into Tanzania because of the government quarreling, because Tanzania was not going along with the COVID vaccine requirements. They totally ignored it and allowed the country to go on as usual. But Kenya was following along with it and going by the guidelines. And since Tanzania wasn't, Kenya was saying, no, 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 you're not coming into my country. No, 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 no. So that was that. So I'm stuck. So I'm sitting there, and luckily for me, I was able to find the same person that was hosting the Airbnb that I had before. Was Had another Airbnb available, and so I took that, and that's where I ended up at until I moved on from there to Kigamboni. I did finally contact Hopper, whatever it's called, and HOPPER, and they offer plane tickets, flights, at a reasonable rate. Someone I was talking to was asking me a question about the airline, and blah blah blah. When did this happen? And blah blah blah. So, and they was trying to tell me where I have to talk to the airlines. I was able to email back to them. No, this is what the airline said to me. And by her being able to get the airline, the date, the flight, cause all of that I sent email back to her, and the person that I had talked to was all on that email. And so I guess what she did was she referred back to that per individual, or she had something to go by, where she could use in order to retain my refund from the airlines, which she was able to do within a matter of like 2 to 3 weeks, and I got my refund. I had problems with all three of them for over 2 years trying to get my money back. So finally, but the one thing that you have to remember is to hold on to all your receipts. Well, two things: all your receipts and your communication, your emails, in which you communicating to these people and what they send you and what they are saying. So that is what I want to refer to you in your travels to look out for. Ladies, how you dress is very important when you go into government agencies in Tanzania. Uh, they will not allow it. Please take with you a cover up so that you can hide your shoulders and your neck. Thank you for watching. Bye, Harry.